How is everyone doing tonight? I am Pam, and this is Off the Hook, and my chair is twisted. So, welcome to BeeCreative Crafts. How is everyone doing? And happy 2026. I hope everyone had a safe and wonderful Christmas and New Year's. I did. It was quite nice. As y'all noticed, we are going live a little bit later. Oh, we got a treasure raid. Hello, Miss Nancy. I'm going to start doing my lives at 8:30. We're going to try this out just for a little while anyway. Hello, hello, Cats Gallery and Miss Angel. Welcome in. So, that's what we're doing tonight. We are live a little bit later and probably going to go live for 30 minutes, maybe shortening them for some of the lives, and then the other ones might be a little longer. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Hello, Miss Kimberly. So I wasn't live the past couple of weeks because I had that crud that's going around. So I don't know how long my voice will last. That's probably when we're going to go a little bit shorter tonight. But hello, Miss Susan. Hello, Mama. Oh, me. So I've got my little book here of all the things. Hi, Miss Kivia. Welcome in. How are you tonight? So I've got my book of the things that I'm going to be doing for 2026. So if anybody has any ideas or suggestions or whatever, they're going to go in the book. So is there a crochet stitch that you've been wanting to learn, or a project or something you want me to try? I will be happy to give it a whirl. I've been following this painter over on the Clock app, and then I found out that she's also here on the YouTube streets, and it's called Puff Puff Paint, and she is a lot of fun. And so I'm going to attempt to paint what she has taught. So that was one of the things that I wanted to do when I started my channel, was to see how well I could follow somebody else's tutorial. So I'm going to do that. Oh, look, Miss Angel says she has been a member for 25 months. Awesome. She said, Happy New Year. Hope you get to feeling better soon. Thank you. Mine has just been the chest congestion. So that little tickly cough. It's been a pain. Hey, Miss Tammy. You scrolly. There's Miss Bridget. Welcome in, Miss Bridget. And y'all, Miss Bridget has a birthday this weekend. Be sure to head over to her house on Monday. She's having a birthday bash. Susan says she hopes you had a lovely Christmas and blessed New Year. I did. It was very nice. Tammy is going to be lurking. Let's see. Nancy made my Windows Infinity scarf today. Loved how quick and easy it was to make. Well, thank you, Miss Nancy. And I saw it, y'all. It's really pretty. I like the colors. And Nancy has been a member for 26 months. Look at y'all. Awesome. And I appreciate y'all. And she says, Happy New Year, everyone. And here is to a great year. Kivia said she'll be there to Bridget's birthday bash. So here are some things on the agenda that I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be doing a spinning wheel of whips. Initially, like when I was driving down the road, which I've been doing that on the lives, but I'm going to do it like as a separate little video. And I'm going to spin the wheel, and then whatever it lands on, that's the whip I'm going to work on for the next week. Depending on how much I have left on it, I may go ahead and finish it before I spin the wheel again. But if it's a big project, I may only work on it for a week or so and then spin the wheel again. But oh, Lisa's got the flu and she is going to the balcony. I hope you feel better too. There is so much stuff going around, y'all. Stay healthy, stay away from people, I guess, because it's going around. Nancy said she was going to sell it, but she has decided to keep it. It's too pretty to let go. I know, right? I told her, I said, keep it. If you like it, keep something pretty for yourself. Hey, Rudy. All right, so I was going to call it the whippoorwill. And then I Googled whippoorwills, the bird. And they're kind of morbid, so I don't want to call it that. So we're going to call it the spinning wheel of whips, like I already had it named. Hey, Lisa, welcome in. So, yeah. So we're calling it the spinning wheel of whips. I've already got it started, but the reason I'm not going to do it on the live is because I'm going to put the ones in there that I'm doing other people's patterns other than just the whips that were mine. So that way I can get all of the whips from 2025 finished. Now, my temperature blanket is going to go on the whips because I wasn't able to finish it because I ran out of grape yarn, which I thought I had 2 of every color. But if I did, I used it in something else because I can't find it. So I went to Hobby Lobby to buy more grape, and guess what? They were sold out. But I'm hoping that when their truck came this week, they got more in. I'm going to be over beside Hobby Lobby on Saturday, so I'm going to pop in there and see. Nancy said she is working on her little ducky that she started tonight. Yes, she had a members live, and the little duck is super cute. But so that's the plan. I'm going to spin the wheel of whips. I'm going to have all of my whips together. So once the wheel picks one, I'm going to show what the whip currently looks like. That way, when I spin the wheel the next time, I will show you either how much I finished on it or if I finished it completely. Either way, that way I'm holding myself accountable by showing you what it looks like at the beginning once I spin the wheel, and then showing you what it looks like the next time I spin the wheel. I'm also going to do more color pooling. I started that in 2025, and I didn't do very many projects. I think I did like one or two. We did 1 or 2 lives with it. So I'm going to do more of that. And if y'all saw my video that came out on Wednesday, where's my box? I bought this yarn here. It's Brava. I don't know if I have it turned right. This came from BeeCrochet, and I have all these different colors, and then there's a whole nother row behind here. I think it's 24 total. Let's see if it says somewhere how many are in here. 25 gram balls, 1,300 yards. So yeah, it's got to be 24. But so I want to come up with a project to use these in. I just haven't decided what that project is going to be. So if you have any ideas, OVW, welcome in. Long time no see, my friend. How are you? So if you have any ideas of what I can make, because I want to use all the colors in one project. So I was kind of thinking maybe like a scrappy blanket. I don't know. Or, I don't know. I've had a few ideas pop through my head. I'd also thought about maybe doing like a moss stitch scarf using all the colors. But Kivia says she has not opened her packages yet for Mama G&D. Oh, that would be exciting. Are you going to video it? You should do like a little video, Kivia, and put it on your channel. You don't have to be in the video unless you just want to be, but like when you open it, like lay it out on your bed and take a quick little video. And yeah. OVW said she's well and good to see you. And Nancy says, don't forget to hit your thummies and share the live out to your friends. Yes, I would greatly appreciate that. So this is what I got. Now, y'all, I do have a link. Did I put it in the? Yes, I think I put the link in the description for BeeCrochet. I'm not an affiliate, but I do have a coupon code so that you can save 15%. Now, I am a Plaid affiliate. That's also in the description, but I have a coupon code for Plaid too. So if you like Plaid products, you can head over there and save also. But so this came from BeeCrochet. Kivia said, I might do that, Pam. Yeah, it would just be something fun. Then you could share off what you made or what you received. Susan said maybe a nice throw blanket. See, I was thinking that too. And then I thought maybe either do it like as a corner join as you go and do them all in little, like do each one as a separate square. She said those colors are fun. They are. And that's coming across as black, but it's not. It's like a burgundy. Let me put it over here. It's like a burgundy and a pink. And that one is black. And then gray. But anyway. So I'm going to write that down. So Susan said a throw blanket. So any suggestions y'all have, let me know. All righty. Went over that. I'm going to be doing some more stocking tutorials. I did have one stocking tutorial that came out in December, And I have a basket weave one that I also came up with at the same time I did the other one. It's generally the same, but instead of doing lemon peel, I did it using the basket weave, and it came out really cute, I think. So I'm going to do a tutorial for that. Let's see, Karen says she got her hooks and free shipping, and the Brava is great yarn. Haven't tried it before. That's why I got the little sampler pack. So, and if y'all aren't sure what she is talking about when she says the hooks for $3.99, let me show you. I was going to show it, talk about it here in just a minute, but since she brought it up, we'll go ahead and talk about it now. You can now get the dots hooks individually for $3.99. We Crochet, I found out, ships to the United States, to the UK, Canada, and also Australia. And I did ask, and they said just go to crochet.com, and there I guess you can pick what country you're in. And so that's exciting. So you can order them. I know the US price for them is $3.99 a hook. So you can buy them individually now in whatever size you want, or you can buy them still as the set. And this is how they come. If you buy the whole set, they come in a little box here. And you get one of each size. I believe it's a B through a J. They don't go larger than a J hook, which is a 6mm. So it starts out with a 2mm, and then it goes up by half sizes. So you got 2, 2.5, 3, all the way up to 6mm. And they are, let me pull one of these out here. They have like the rounded, they're a little bit more rounded. So if you are a boy hook person, do I have a boy hook? Surely I do. That's a little one. I thought I had a bigger one in here. Small. It's a small one, but you can see they have the same, maybe. They have the same shape. Turn and turn. So if you like a boy, I think I'm gonna like these dots hooks. They aren't very pointy on the tip here. Like this is the one from Hobby Lobby, and it's got more of a point on it. But Karen said, not a boy fan. I like boy. I'm not even gonna say I'm a boy fan. I am, but I kind of like all hooks. I like what I like. Let me scroll back up here. Bum, 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 bum. And Lisa says, whatever you choose will be very gorgeous. Well, thank you, Miss Lisa. Nancy said the stocking is on her list to make this year. Didn't have enough time last year. It's beautiful. Aw, thank you very much. And that's also, I'm trying to decide, should I put that on the Wheel of Whips? Because what I'm wanting to do is I'm going to make stockings. And I said I was going to do this 2 or 3 years ago, and it never happened. So I want to make at least, we're going to say at least 2 stockings a month, so that when my craft shows start popping up at the end of the year, I will already have a bunch of stockings made. I don't want to have too many made, but I want to have enough, maybe at least 2 or 3 of each color. And then, you know, the traditional colors. And then I also have some that are just, you know, just different colors that aren't your traditional Christmassy colors. But so that's something that I want to make each month. And so that's the plan anyway. And I'm thinking that that's the basket weave tutorial will probably come out and be like a Christmas in July pattern. So that's the plan anyway. And Susan says, how about a granny square corner, do small squares? That's true. I could do that too. And then I could join them all together. Well, I could do it as a join as you go too with a granny square. Okay, so let me look. Yeah, I got orange pen. Okay, so project with the Brava. We're going to write small granny. and throw blanket. Alrighty. And Karen said, have you seen a woman did a stocking with blanket yarn so you could step in it? Oh, so it was like really big, like a sleeping bag stocking? That would be fun. Susan said, yep, you can make some more granny squares, put them together, and make them like that. It would be pretty without those colors. Let's see, Karen's, oh, she's answering Kivia. She said the dots, she bought an extra H and J to go with her 2 sets. She loves them. Kivia is a boy girl. So Karen is not a boy fan, but she loves her dots hooks. So are they longer? Well, let's see. Let's see what size this one is. Okay, so this is a 3.5, so this is an E. So let's pull out the 3.5 out of here. Oh, look at that. First try. All right, so, oh, they are. Okay. So we'll compare sizes. So this is the boy ergonomic in comparison. So the dots is longer. Has a longer handle. There you go. Now we know. And Susan has the dots and she loves them. Nancy is a Bates girl, but for the smaller yarn, she likes the dots. Now I have a set of Susan Bates, and y'all, I've never even taken them out of the package. I know, I won them in a giveaway, and I haven't. But I have used hooks that are, what is it, inline? Is that what a Susan Bates, is that what they're called? I have used hooks that are made like Susan Bates. Like they have the same hook, head, whatever. And I like them both. So, but as far as Susan Bates, as far as I know, I have never actually used one. But that's not to say I haven't. It's possible that over the years I have had one and I just don't remember that that's what it was. But I do have a whole set. But they're the just the regular old aluminum. I don't have one in here. Do I have one over here? Let's see. Yeah. I have a set of Susan Bates that are just the regular aluminum. This is a boy. And the reason I'm a boy girl is because this is what was sold in my area when I first learned how to crochet. So that's what I learned on. So that's what I got. And then these were just El Cheapo set that I bought off of Amazon. But yeah. Okay. Then as far as non-tutorials, I did have on my list here that I got to get my patterns typed up and put over on Etsy and Ravelry so that I have my patterns published written, because I've had so many people comment on the videos asking me if I have a written pattern for them, and I don't. I mean, they're written down in my scribble scrawl in my notebooks, but as far as typed up, well, except for Crochet Jericho, that one it's on the website. But as far as one where you can just buy it, print it, ad free, no. So I need to get that done, and that's on my list of things to do. I want to do an altered hoodie or a t-shirt. Have you been seeing those? Like where you can cut the hood off, or you can leave the hood, cut the sleeves off of a hoodie, and then crochet the sleeves, or cut down the side of a t-shirt and then add crochet to it. And I think those are really fun. So I want to do some of those. Over Christmas, I added some towel toppers. Actually, I didn't bring one in here, but I had a towel laying here. So if I'm using the thinner towels, like the ones that you can get, for $1 or $1.50 at Dollar General or Dollar Tree, I leave those folded. and then I just crochet all the way across. I just jam my hook through them, and then make a little towel topper so that you can hang it. If it's like a thicker terry cloth and has the exact same pattern on either side, I usually cut it and do the same thing. But anyway, so I want to do a tutorial for those. I've had several people ask me for a corner to corner, how I do my corner to corner, and I don't have a tutorial for that yet on my channel. So I do also have that on there. I haven't forgotten about the soap sacks. I know I asked y'all about that several months ago. So that is on the list. It will probably go, that will probably be one of the next tutorials I do because it has been on the list for a while. So yeah, so that's what I've got on there. Okay, let me catch up in the chat here. Let's see here. Karen said, talking about the hooks, but sometimes it's all about what yarn you use. Absolutely. And Nancy says exactly. Because I have, you can't see them. Oh, nope, it's over there. It's right here out of screen. Remember when Premier, it was Premier. Nancy, I told you I didn't have any Premier yarn. I lied to you. I didn't lie, but I forgot. When they had the bobbins, those bobbins, the yarn on it is not spun very tight. It's very splitty, but it is so soft. But I've been using it for one of the blankets that I'm doing. So, but I have a lot of that yarn and I want to make something with it because it's so soft and silky. I think it would make a great like wearable, just because I think that it would have really good flow. But yes, one of the hooks I was using made it split even more. And I think maybe the hook had like a little nick in it and it kept like snagging the yarn. So yeah, that definitely makes a difference. What yarn I'm using versus what hook. But yeah. Scrolling on. Kivia said she hasn't used the dots hooks yet. Karen says, I need a 6.5 dots. I know, they didn't have it because I was going to order one. The largest size it went to that I saw was a 6mm. So maybe we need to just let them know, the powers that be. Who makes these? Donway Machinery Industry Ltd. We need to let them know. Maybe we could just let crochet.com know. Maybe we could let We Crochet know that we want them in a little bit larger sizes, and maybe they can let them know because they listened when we said we wanted to be able to buy them individually, and they made it happen. So maybe we can let them know now we would like to get some bigger sizes. Oh, Nancy says maybe an amigurumi with the Brava. Okay, let me go back over here. I'm going to write it down, even though you know amigurumi is not my jam, but I will write it down. Ami. And I still have the 2 amigurumi kits for the littles, which are right here. Boop, boop, right here in these 2 little boxes. Those are going on the Willow Whips, even though I haven't even started them. Those need to be made. So they're going to go on there. Karen says she loves the handle. She is a pen holder. And Kivia is a knife holder. Me too. Like this. I've tried to hold it like this, but for me, it's easier for me to hold it this way. Or flute, a knife holder, flute holder, however, I hold it this way. Not this way. Kimberly says, tisk tisk. See, I don't even know what you're tisk tisking me at now. I'm so behind in the chat. I don't know. What did I do? Let's see. Oh, hi, Diane. She says the dots hooks are a lot like clover. Oh, maybe you're tisk tisking because I haven't opened up my Susan Bates hooks. Is that it? Maybe. I also have a clover hook somewhere. Just one. I bought it from Amazon. It's somewhere in this house. See, I need to get all of my hooks and put them in one location. Like what I need, like when I'm trying to organize, I need to have me a place to put them. You know what I'm saying? Like this little box won't hold them all, but like a little box like this, and then but like bigger. And then when I get one, drop it in. Look, this one looks like that. And let me show y'all something. Let's see here. What's in the box? Ink pens and some dice. Some what are they, like the Dungeons and Dragon dice? All different kinds. Oh, and some buttons. Oh, those are pretty buttons. They are shimmery. Okay, but that's what I need to do. Let's see. Nancy said her Susan Bates has the bamboo handle. Karen said she was a tulip fan until she found dots. And you know, I don't know if I've ever tried a tulip. We were talking about that last night on West Coast Wednesday. Dawn was talking about that. She doesn't know if she's ever tried a tulip either. And honestly, I don't know that I have. I got to thinking about it. But again, it's one of those things, like I'm not gonna say no, absolutely positively I haven't, because there's a possibility that over the years I have. But it's not one that I know of off the top of my head that I can tell you is in my hook stash, because I don't think so. Kivia said she has some cheap hooks too. And you know, some of the cheap hooks I have used more than some of the more expensive ones. Now, oh, that's another thing for 2026 that I'm going to attempt to remember to do. When I'm making my tutorials, I'm going to attempt to only use hooks that you can purchase currently. Even though y'all know I love my Furls Odyssey. I love them a lot. But you can no longer purchase them. And when people ask me in the videos, they'll ask me in the comments, hey, what hook are you using? Where can I get this hook? I need to be able to tell you, hey, you can go to buy it at Walmart. You can go to Amazon. You can go to BeeCrochet. You can go to Hobby Lobby. But I can't do that with the Odysseys. So I'm going to make an effort to try to remind myself when I sit down to do tutorials to use hooks that you can purchase. And I'm thinking that if I use the dots hooks, since you can get them from We Crochet and crochet.com ships to several different countries, that might be a better option. So we'll see. And there's Mr. Nightbot dropping my Plaid affiliate link. Oh, and if y'all like paint pens, if you like apple barrel paint that you can buy like at Walmart, they have come out with paint pens. Acrylic paint pens. They have different tips on them. And I really, really like these. You can buy them at Walmart, and now you can also buy them at plaidonline.com. So, and Nancy said she likes those shirts. Oh, talking about like where you cut the sleeves off and stuff. My cousin and I were talking about it, and I think what I'm gonna do, and I'm also gonna be over beside the Goodwill, so I may pop into Goodwill and see if I can find like a couple of inexpensive sweatshirts, because you know I'm just gonna cut the sleeves off of them. Miss Lisa McClure, thank you so very much. Let me go find my little media assets here and give you a big old thank you. This is for you. I appreciate that so very much. Thank you. Thank you. Miss Karen says, I have a hook that goes into the towel when I do my toppers that has a sharp point. See, I had one of those in my, it's almost like a little razor blade. It's really, really sharp. I had one on my wish list in Amazon, but it went out of stock. And so I need to look for one of those. Let me write that down, because that would be very handy, because when I was making them over the holidays, I was doing the one where it was folded in half. It was actually for my aunt. She sent me a couple of towels and wanted them. And getting that hook to go through 2 layers and keep it straight was not easy. I mean, I won't say it wasn't easy. It was time consuming because I had to get it through one layer and then the next. And I used my little I call it my little pokey tool that my cousin made for me, like a little owl, all owl. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and I poked it through, but because it's a towel, when I pulled it back out, it didn't leave the hole open. It had already, all the fibers went back together, so that didn't work. Okay, we're gonna call it sharp hook. Sharp hook for towels. But I did use one of my crochet hooks that had a pointier tip. And I used a smaller hook. It wasn't this one, but it was, one actually. Nope. I was gonna say it was one of these, but nope, I took them all in the other room. But it's one of the, it was a furls, but it was a smaller one and it had a very pointy tip. Let's see here, scrolling. Nancy said she made a baby blanket with the bobbin that she won from Miss C, and it is so soft, and she used her Susan Bates with that one. It is so very, very soft, and I have so many because those bobbins were so inexpensive when they marked them down. And I bought 2 different colorways, and I had a plan of what I was going to make with them, and I didn't make it, but I am using that for a blanket, and it is going on the Willow Whips because I need to finish it. Hey, Miss Renee. She says, Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year to you and welcome in. Okay, Karen says the sharp hook is called, that's it, the Edge It. Thank you very much. Edge It 2. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because like I said, I had it in my Amazon wish list, but I don't remember seeing it. And it's possible that it's still there and that I have just added so much stuff to my wish list that it's like way down at the bottom of the list. And I haven't even seen it in ages. So thank you, but I am going to go, I think I'm going to go do that after this live ends. I'm going to go look on Amazon because I bought several towels from Dollar General. They had them on clearance, and the Dollar General up here near, like between my house and work, had a bunch of them still left, and they were only 60 cents. So, which was what, I think they were 70% off. So I thought that's a good price for them. So I picked up 2 of each style that they had. So I think it was maybe 8 towels, maybe. So I didn't go crazy. I mean, they had a bunch left. Now, if I go back up there and they're 90% off, like once they get to 90% off and they're like, 10 cents a piece, if they still have a bunch left, yeah, I will stock up on them. Hey, Chris, YTFP, welcome in. How are you doing tonight? Alrighty, scrolly. Well, let me scroll back up. What did Nancy say? She said, that's why there's a wink at the end. What? What did I miss? And Kimberly said, yep, that's what it was. About my hooks. About the hooks. Alrighty, Karen says, I have a set of dots by my chair when it's TV time and another at my desk. Well, if I really enjoy these, I will probably, well, I already picked up extras of the 2 sizes that I tend to use the most. Well, I really like a 6.5. I really like a K. Just because it gives a looser, because I crochet a bit tight, typically. Now with the Odyssey, not so much, but with other hooks, I crochet tighter. So I like the K's because it gives me that looser fabric. But alrighty, let's see here. Susan says, try to stop. with the bobbin yarn. I'm not sure what I'm not understanding what you're saying. Try to stop touch. It auto corrected you, and maybe it's corrected later. We'll see. If not, say it again, and maybe my brain will catch up with my mouth. Alrighty, Miss Kivia says, "Whoa, really, Kivia?" She said the new Furls Odyssey hooks are in the final stages right now. Very nice. I will keep a watch out for it. Once they bring them back, if they add them back, once they re-release them, that will make me a happy camper. And when they do that, then I can use my Odysseys again in my tutorials. Thank you, Miss Kivia. I had not heard that. I knew that there were some talks a couple of months ago about them potentially coming back, so that is wonderful to know. Miss Sonja, welcome in. How have you been? Welcome, welcome. And there's my mom. She said she is going to bed. Bible reading time. Good night if you are still here. That was about 5 minutes ago. So good night, good night. Karen says there's also a tool called Soulmate with a point at Hobby Lobby. Oh, really? Okay, let me write that down because I will be going to Hobby Lobby on Saturday, and hopefully they will have the grape back in stock. That's the color of yarn, the purple. Well, it's not the one that's called purple because they had plenty of that. It was up on the top shelf called purple. The color that I was using is called grape, which is a brighter purple, and it was sold out. So hopefully, Soulmate. Now, Karen, is the Soulmate, is it over with like all of the crochet and knit stuff, or is it a hook over with all the sewing stuff? Or do you remember? It doesn't matter. I can look at both places. I just need to know what it is. I know it's got a point on it, but I just want to know which section it is so I know what I'm looking for quicker. Alrighty, everybody's telling my mom good night. Hello, Miss Samantha. Welcome in. Oh, a soft touch hook. Thank you, Susan. I could not figure it out. Okay, so that might work. And I think, okay, so I was using an Odyssey with it. And this part right here, this little pointy part right here was it. Let me see, you can't really see it when I turn it, but it comes to a point here. That was snagging the yarn. But I bet, I'm glad you said that because now I'm going to try it. But this one is smooth. So this hook, this dot hook might work better with that. Bye, Lisa. She says, have a great night. Will you have a wonderful day? If you are heading out to the shops, have a great time. And y'all be sure to pop over to Miss Lisa Knit's house. She has been doing some pop-up lives. I saw when I got up this morning that she had done one last night during the middle of our night, her day, her evening. But go check it out. She is trying to get her watch hours back up, so y'all go check out her channel, please and thank you. Karen said it is in the sewing part. It has a purple handle and it looks like a punch tool. Okay. I wonder if I wonder if my punch tool would work. Because I have a punch tool that this one, because I've got this punch tool. I bet it won't. Well, but I also have one that's made for yarn. but it would punch it through and it would leave a little loop, and then I could pull it up. So if they don't have that, I probably could. And Karen said, yes, it will. Okay. Let's see. Lisa said, nope. Oh, no shops is very hot and they are on an extreme fire ban. Oh my goodness. That's right. Y'all are in the middle of summer over there. And y'all, it has been very warm in Tennessee this week. Like mid-60s. But then good old Mother Nature. So it's been in the mid-60s. I think our high tomorrow is supposed to be 67, 68. And then we've got some rain coming in. So it's going to rain on Friday, rain on Saturday, and then on Sunday, our high is supposed to be 37. Really? Really? We're going to go from 67 to 37 for the high. So yeah, that stinks, but whatever. Let's see, Karen said she used her hubby's punch tool till she found hers. Okay. Well, I hadn't even thought about that till you just said that with the punch. That is a consideration. Let me write that down. But if I can find the sharp tool, because it's got the hook on it, so I can just boop boop and then just pull it in. Oh my goodness, Lisa. She said, yep, 41 degrees Celsius, which will be 105.8 Fahrenheit. Wow. That is some serious heat. We hit 100, I want to say twice. I'm trying to think because I wrote down all the temps for my temperature blanket to finish it out. And I know one of the days we hit 101 and maybe we hit 100. I know we hit 99, but there weren't many days that we hit that. So that is so hot, Lisa. Oh my goodness. And Nancy said she has a punch tool that came with her bookbinding kit. Oh, so you could put the punch it so you could put the the strings through it so you could tie it and bind it and all that kind of fun stuff. My cousin, he didn't call the little punch tool that he gave me, he didn't call it an owl. He called it something else. But that's kind of that all out. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I call it my pokey tool. But it didn't leave the hole stay in there. But it's so sharp and pointy. But I hadn't even thought about using my punch tool. Like I said, I bought one that goes with yarn. This one goes with embroidery floss. But I have one that has yarn. So if I put that through it and then punch it in, it'll leave the little loop-de-loop. I'm going to try that. And if I pull it up and then crochet into it and go all the way across, yeah. Lisa says, okay, she needs a loo break and something to eat. I understand. Yeah, I was watching Lisa. She was on live the other night. I was laying in bed watching and listening before it was time to go to sleep. Or was I at work? No, I was in bed. Maybe both. I can't remember. I've slept since then, y'all. But, hey, Trish, welcome in. Let's see, Kara says, sometimes I just sew yarn across them and go back and crochet in it. I've done that too. Or, see, that's what I did with my, I can see them. Y'all can't see them. The little Sesame Street guys, the little One Hat Wonders. That's what I did. I took a needle and I just made little X's all the way across the bottom of the little hat, the little things that were supposed to be the pom-pom. And then I made a blanket going down. That's what I did. I sewed it on. But if I could get one of those little punchy hook things with the little sharp hook, and I could just punch it in and then crochet it all the way across, it makes it go so much faster because I'm slow when it comes to sewing. But I have done that, like just kind of like a whip stitch all the way across and then go back in and pick up the little whip stitchies. But yep, I've done it several different ways. My aunt had given me a towel that my grandmother had made, and so I replicated the pattern that she did. I'm guessing she just made it up because it wasn't like a design. It was just a very simple one, but it went so much faster than the ones that I do because I tried to make it bigger. And anyway, but this one was super easy, so that's what I'm gonna show y'all how to do. It was my grandmother's pattern. So Trish said she is lurking because she is folding laundry. It is cool and cloudy there. Can't wait until hot weather arrives. Hey, Lori. She said she is listening while I finish this round on a sweater and then get ready for bed. I want to make a sweater, too. I want to make some clothes. But I don't know that I want to tutorialize them because I don't know. Like, because when I make clothes, I've only made clothes for me or for people that are close that I can try it on them. With the exception of a skirt that I made for my son's partner. And they are tiny and sent me measurements and I put it on my mannequin. That's how I did that. So I don't know how to tell people how to measure. I mean, I could probably figure it out, but for now, I think, just being able to alter other things, I could do that. Okay, scrolly. Karen says she found some fun towels, coffee ones at Dollar Tree to make for her daughter's kitchen as birthday gifts. And see right there, y'all can't see it either, but I have a shelf over there that has a whole bunch of towels on it because I'd said I was going to do this before and then I never did. But I have a whole stack of towels over there. I have one that has some of them came from Dollar Tree, some came from Walmart, some came from who knows where. But I have some of the terry cloth ones that are thicker. Those came from Walmart. I have one that has a rooster on it because I could see it. And I have some of the thinner ones, and they may still have them at Dollar Tree, but I know they used to have them with the little chef. You know what I'm talking about? He's kind of pudgy, little chef that holds a little tray. But I know those came from Dollar Tree. But I have a couple of those. And I made up a bunch. My thing is, I get to sew it on the button, and I'm just like, and it's not like sewing on a button is hard or takes a long time. It's just one more thing to do. You know how that goes. Trish says there's always a cold sea breeze. I like your oh, thank you. My little pink tie-dye. Let's see. Lori says she is working on the back wing reading sweater from Ophelia Talks. Okay. I'll have to check it out. Let me write that down. Back wing reading sweater. Ophelia. SWTR. Ophelia Talks. She's got some great tutorials out there. Trish said she hasn't done any crocheting or knitting all summer. It's harder in the summer because it's hot. But this last summer, I did focus on bathroom items. So I made a bunch of face towels and washcloths and soap sacks and stuff like that. So I did do that. But and like I said, that is on my list. Soap sacks is on my list. I have not forgotten about it, and I will get that done. So you can make a soap sack to go around artisan, and I will show in the tutorial how you can adjust it. So if you don't have the artisan soap, and what I'm talking about is the thicker, chunky soaps that you can get that are goat milk soap or, oh, what's the other kind? Like oat and honey. But yeah, but I'll show you how you can adjust it. So if you buy like store-bought soap like Dove or Zest or whatever, you can adjust the size of the sack to fit whatever soap you have. Karen said she also likes to make hot pads to match, and they love them. Oh, that's a good idea. Towel topper. We'll put that underneath here. Matching hot pad. And some of the towels I bought, I went ahead and bought like the little mitt, the little oven mitt, because you know some of them have the matching ones. But I could make some hot pads, and I'd also thought about making like using the basket weave or the waffle stitch, and making like a dish, like a thicker dish drying mat, because it's got a lot of squish to it. And she says she found some dog paw ones too today. They're fun. Lori says bat wing. That's what I said. I read it as bag, but I wrote down bat is what I wrote down on in my book. Let's see. Nancy said she gets bored crocheting the same thing over and over. That's why I made the scarf today. I was getting tired of the amigurumis. Same. See, and I made, how many stockings did I make? Let's see, 4, 6, 8. I probably made 10 or 12 stockings when I was doing that tutorial, because I had several prototypes, because I made one and I was like, I didn't like the heel, but I didn't frog that one. I kept it. So, but once I finally got the tutorial, or once I finally got the pattern down like I wanted it, then I did the tutorial. So, but yeah, but I'm the same way. I get bored. That's why I have a lot of whips, because I'll start working on a bigger project, and then I'll put it aside and do some little projects, and then I'll get the bigger project back out. Miss Kivia said she wants to learn how to do Tunisian. I love Tunisian, but I haven't made a whole lot of projects with it. But I love it. I like the way it looks. You should check out MDL, Michael. He is the master of Tunisian, and he has so many great tutorials. He has a beautiful blanket that I want to make. I actually had forgotten all about it till you just mentioned it again. But I have some curtains, and when I was looking at his blanket, it would match my curtains. But yeah. Karen said, same to Nancy. She has 4 things on her hook, so she goes back and forth. See, you and me, girl. Trish said, yep, it's not hot in her area, sadly, but just trying to keep up with the lawns and the weeding and the cleaning. Tired to do much else. I understand that too, because like Monday through, like when I'm at work, like I work 10-hour day, and then when I get home, I'm just like, I just don't want to do anything. And then, like you say, you still got to cook and clean and do all the things. And so I get you. Trish says to Nancy, you make some awesome things. Very talented. You and Pam. I stick to the same things. I used to just do the same thing. Like I have made dozens and dozens and dozens of chevron blankets. That used to be like my go-to. Like if I was making a gift, it was it was a chevron blanket. I made my parents a big, huge, king size chevron blanket for their bed. That took a while. Took a long while. But so yeah. And Trish's gonna go make herself a drink. She will be lurking. And there is Mr. Nightbot again, dropping that plaid link. Now this one is an affiliate link. You can use that coupon code BeeCreative1 to save 15% off. And if you click that little linky-loo there, it doesn't cost you anything extra. And once you get there, you can log into your account. I just get a little coinage, not a whole lot, but a little bit. But like I said, you can now purchase the apple barrel paint pens, and I'm fairly certain that they are currently on sale. Let me just double check, because I think that's what the email said that they sent me earlier. So let me just let's just go take a looky-loo. Plaid online. They also have some other paint pens, but I know that there they are. Turn up your creativity. Open. Ooh. Save 20% on everything you need to start 2026 right. Why is it not opening up those paint pens? 20% off of everything. Shop the sale. Probably would have been easier if I just typed it in, because it is not pulling up what I wanted to. There it is. Paint pen. I don't know if they call it a paint pen or a paint marker. Oh, they just call, and it's already marked down. They are on sale. Yep, the Apple Barrel multi-surface paint pen sets. So you can get them individually, or you can get them in a set. So yes, they are available right now on the Plaid website, and they are on sale. I do not know if the coupon code that I gave y'all, I don't know if it's an additional percentage off of the sale price, or if you can only get 15% off of your regularly priced per items. But can't hurt to try. Like, go over there, and if you see something you like, put it all in your cart, and you put your little coupon code in there, and you'll know before you go to check out if it's going to work. So Nancy said, adulting is not fun. It gets in the way of fun, right? Trish said, I live alone. She said, true to Nancy, I live alone, so I have to do everything myself. Need to paint the exterior of my house this summer. 65 and too old for climbing ladders now. Yes, girl, do not be climbing ladders. And I also live alone, but I do not do everything on my own, because I'm still spoiled, and my daddy comes over and he mows my yard and cleans out my gutters, and I tell him not to get up on a ladder and try to do all that. At least wait until I'm here before he does it. But does he listen? No. But yeah. And y'all, I am finally caught up in the chat. What? Holy moly. And I know I went over the 30 minutes that I said, but my voice held, and we've been talking for an hour, and I'm just now at the bottom of the chat. One thing I didn't show y'all. Okay, so you can also get, okay, so if you buy the set, they also have like a little combo thing, so you can get the set and you can get the hook caddy. And I haven't even opened it, so let's open it right quick. I'm gonna put it over here so maybe it's not too noisy. I was gonna cut it, but the scissors are there. Okay. Oh, Trish says, you're lucky. My parents and family are all gone. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, let's check this guy out. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And this is kind of rubbery. You see that? It's like a rubbery, nylon-y. Feels like it feels like this material. Whoa, I'm dumping wax everywhere. The silicone, that's what it feels like. It feels like the little silicone things you can get. That's what it feels like. Okay. And now I have little pieces of waxy. I made some I made wax melts for Christmas. And they are nutcrackers. Whoa. And I also made some little pumpkins. Alrighty. So let's see how this little guy works. Dun, 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 dun. You just stay right down in there. This will hold a whole lot of hooks. But this is called the hook caddy. We're going to try something. Ho, ho, ho. I like that. All right. Good deal. So now I can put all my little hooks in here. I wonder. Oh, it holds the furls too. I have to get me another one of these because what I've been using for the furls, come here, you, is my test tube holder. Which this is just a bamboo test tube holder that I got off of Amazon. But this works really great for the furls. But they kind of wobble around. But whoa, still not. I knocked off my little Christmas tree. But that's okay. Good deal. Okay. I'll stick you back over here. Scrolling back up. Da, 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 da. Karen said she got her Xterra hook holder like that at Walmart where the makeup is. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. For your makeup brushes, you could use it for the hooks. And if y'all missed it earlier, We Crochet, they ship to the US, the UK, Australia, and Canada. And I want to say there's one more country that I'm leaving off. I know they ship to those, though. I know they ship to the US, the UK, Canada, and Australia. I know for sure those 4. But I was kind of thinking there was another one. Let me see if I still have that open on my tab here. Let's see here. Let's see. That's not it. That's not it. This is it. All right, let's see here. Whoop. 1, 2. Nope, just the 4. US, UK, Australia, and Canada. So if you live in any of those countries, then you can head over to crochet.com and go shopping. All right, Miss Nancy said she has one of those that she bought on Temu for her blending brushes, but now it just sits on the shelf empty and her brushes are in something else. Kivia said, yeah, it depends on how big the hook is. Yeah, I don't know if this big honker, well, I don't know though. Let's see. Oh, it does too. Even though this one sees this is a big old giant one. This is a P hook, and it fits in there too. But I know some of the hooks, like with furls, they taper them back down, so the handle is the same, basically the same size, and then they just adjust this part, the shaft and the hook, so that this part stays pretty much the same, which I like for the Odysseys. But like say, well, that was still fairly the same too. I'm not as big a fan of the string ones, but I do have a couple of them. But a lot of hooks, you know, the bigger the hook, the bigger the size of the hook, the fatter the body of the hook. So Lori said her adult son helps out quite a bit. The youngest still lives with us until he graduates from college next year, and the oldest lives in the next town to the north. My oldest son helped out for a while, but now he's got babies and his own house to take care of. And my youngest son lives in California. I wish he was a little bit closer. California is about as far away as you can get without being Alaska, Hawaii from Tennessee, but yeah, I miss him. Let's see. Trish said I should have a look for one, Nancy. What is it called? Walmart has them as well too, Trish. Trish doesn't have Walmart. No Walmart in New Zealand. But there is a Temu warehouse. Shipping is too expensive for America or other countries. It has been. Shipping has gotten ridiculous for yeah. This is if this is what you're talking about, this is called a hook caddy. So you can probably get like a brush holder or a hook holder This one right here, boop, this wooden one right over my shoulder is a test tube holder. I bought it off Amazon for like 12 bucks, I think. It's a um, bamboo test tube holder, but it works great for hooks. But I bought it because, you know, the Odysseys and the Streamlines, they have that the fat body of the hook, and so they fit great in those little holes. Trish says, yep, it's always been expensive even before tax, especially for shipping from the U.S. over there, because I sent Lisa a box, and it cost more for me to ship the box to her than the total of the items in the box. And it wasn't like a huge box. I mean, it was a decent sized box. Had I shipped it in the United States at that time, it probably would have cost me like $25 to $30 to ship inside the United States. It cost me like $98, I think, to ship it to Australia. It was expensive. Trish says, I never do online shopping. I pretty much always do online shopping. Kivia doesn't either, but I do. I do Amazon, even like my Walmart order. Like tonight, right before my live, I did. Well, my granddaughter's birthday. She just turned 5, and her birthday party is this weekend. And my daughter-in-law wants to make. She's making the cake, and so she needed some flavoring. Anyway, so he asked if I would run to Walmart and pick it up. So, or use my Walmart Plus app. So I just did a grocery order because I needed a few things. And the guy brought it. It said it was supposed to be here like between 5 and 5:30 and 8:30. So I was like, well, if he gets here early enough, I could run it on out there rather than wait till tomorrow when it's all rainy and messy and yucky. And then that way she'll already have it. So if she happens to get off work early, she can get started on it whenever she wants. Well, anyway, so he got here like at 7:20. So while I was listening to Nancy, by the way, Nancy, you went for a ride. We drove to my son's house and back. So that's why I wasn't chatting. You were on in the car though. I was listening to you. But so I took them their thing. And if any of y'all have ever done like Walmart or like DoorDash or any of those where they take a picture and they send you your order's been delivered, anyway. So I told him I wouldn't come inside because I didn't want to because the kids were probably already in bed and I didn't want to like wake them up, or if they were almost asleep, then be like, oh, Papa, Mom's here. I didn't want to like disturb them. Anyway, so he told me just to leave in the front seat of his car. So like put it in the front seat and then I took a picture and then I sent him a text with the picture. I said, your Walmart Plus order has been delivered. Because I'm a goofball like that. But anyway, Karen said Amazon also has them. Trish said, I enjoy going to the shops and browsing. Gets me out of the house and talk to other humans. And I do that too. And I know you don't have a Walmart, but Walmart Plus with the app, I've gotten, like, I don't go to I have to go to self-checkout to get out the door, but I scan it with my phone. It automatically puts it in the cart on my app, and then I put it in a buggy. And then if I decide I don't want it, I take it out, put it back on the shelf. And then when I get ready to check out, I scan the QR code or the little barcode at self-checkout, and then I pay for it, and I bag it all up, and then I leave. So I keep track of it. Like I just scan it. Scan and go is what it's called. And I really like that a lot. Of course, I was one that always used the self-checkouts. A lot of people hate self-checkout. I don't mind self-checkout because I can do it faster than standing in line waiting. I just go poop, 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 done. Karen said Amazon has a heart-shaped one for 10 of this little, one of these, something like this, like a little silicone brush hook holder thingy. That's a pretty good deal, if it is. Let's see. Nancy said she shipped an item someone purchased from her to Switzerland, and it was $90. Yeah, it is expensive. Karen said, nowadays stores don't have what we need, so I have to go to Amazon. Like her husband's t-shirts, she can't find them anymore. Dang. Trish said it cost her girlfriend in North Carolina $75 to send her a box, and that was 6 years ago when she started her channel. She had a massive channel and encouraged her to start. Aw. She says she's passed away now, and I miss her so. Aw, hate to hear that. But yeah, it's shipping overseas is expensive. My ex was military, and we lived in Germany for a while, and luckily we could ship through like from the base, but even then it wasn't cheap. And yeah, and you have to fill out the customs forms, and yeah. Trish says sometimes I still look at her channel. Oh. Trish said, yep, I like self checkouts. Always loved playing in shops, and now I can do it for real. Beep beep. Right? Yep. But I don't mind the self checkouts. Like we still have a couple of stores here locally still kept a lot of them after the pandemic ended. They went back. They took out the self checkouts, but we still have a couple of them that still have them. And then of course Walmart has them, but I like them. For me, it's a convenience because when if I'm at lunch and I run into one of the ones that doesn't have it, they don't have a whole lot of people working, and so then you got to go find somebody to check you out, and it's a hassle. So if I can just go through the self checkout and just boop 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 and out the door. Yep. All right, y'all. Well, I've been yapping for over an hour, so I'm gonna get off of here. But I thank y'all so very much for coming and hanging out with me. I have missed y'all. And again, I hope you had a safe and wonderful, happy Christmas and Happy New Year. And I will be back next week. Remember, new time, 8:30 Central Standard Time. The reason for that is there were other lives going on at the same time. So by pushing mine back 30 minutes, I think it made it to where more people could be at all of the lives and not have to be jumping around. And so that's why I did that. Yeah. Nancy said her Dollar General deactivated the self-checkout because people were not scanning everything. That's what they said here, but they also put, I don't know about in your area, but even the new Dollar Generals, they put the one register with the person working it as far away from the door as possible. And they put the self-checkouts right in front of the door. They should have switched it so that you go through self-checkout and then you have to walk past the person that can see you and see your bags. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just, that layout didn't jive. But the Dollar General that I shop out the most kept their self-checkout. It's the only one in the area that still has it. All the rest of them turned them off, and now they just sit there. So we have like one register open, even though they have like, let's see, 1, 2, 3 or 4 registers counting the self-checkouts, but they only have one open ever. So, yeah. Trish says, bye everyone. Kivia says she knows a Walmart near her and they have self-checkout. I like the self-checkout. Trish says, yeah, the staff watches us closely. See, and they have cameras on these self-checkouts too. So I mean, they're constantly recording, so, but I don't know. They spent all that money to convert them to the self-checkouts and then took them all back out. Nancy said the one across the street from her only has one cash register. We are a small town. We are too. We have but, you know, anyway. They didn't ask me. They should have. I would have told them. But Susan said, nice to see you again. Bye, everybody. Take care. Hugs and blessings. Let me go over here to my media. I feel a coughing spell coming on, so we're going to get out of here real quick. Let's go over here. And where is my little thank you for being here? There it is. All right, y'all. Thank you so very much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see y'all next time. So remember, be creative. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye.